So good morning to all once again. In the last class, we had a detailed discussion on Kirchhoff's current law, and also we solved some problems on Kirchhoff's current law. So in this lecture, I would like to discuss the second important law proposed by Kirchhoff is Kirchhoff's voltage law. Kirchhoff's voltage law. So it states that the algebraic sum of all branch voltages, the algebraic sum of all branch voltages around any closed path, around any closed path is zero, So I told you already, circuit means in a network, there must be at least one closed path, at least one closed path. So that closed path formed by two or more branches. Two or more branches are elements. Okay. So here the KVL states that the algebraic sum of all branch voltages around any closed path is equal to zero. So for that, let us consider this circuit, which consists of four branches or four elements. Okay. So this is one element. So this is one element, and R2 is another element, and R3 is another element. 3. And these three are connected in series with the voltage source. In series with the voltage source. Okay. So therefore, here, according to KVL, the algebraic sum of all branch voltages around any closed path is equal to 0. So we have to apply this KVL to this circuit. Okay. So the circuit may consist of some sources and some voltage, active and passive elements. Active elements means which supplies energy. The passive elements means which consumes or absorbs energy. So here this voltage source which supplies energy, okay, whereas the resistors R1, R2, R3 which consumes energy, So whenever current flowing through the resistor, some voltage drop takes place. That drop is called V1, V2, and V3. V1, V2, V3. Okay, so before going to apply this KVL to any loop, you have to indicate the polarities. Okay, so depending upon the direction of the current, you have to assign the polarities for each and every voltage drop. See here, this is the supply which consists of anode and cathode. Anode is positively charged and cathode is negatively charged. Okay, that means here the anode potential is greater than the cathode potential. Remember that the positive means higher, negative means lower. Okay, now so anode is positively charged, so the charge at anode is high compared to cathode. So now when current flowing through the resistors or circuit in this direction, when current flowing through the R1, some voltage drop V1 takes place. Okay, so whatever the voltage at anode that appears at the first terminal A. Okay, once current flowing through the R1, some voltage drop takes place across R1. So because of that, the potential at B definitely less than at A. Okay, the potential at A is equal to potential at anode. Okay, but once current flowing through the R1, some voltage drop V1 takes place here. Because of this voltage drop, the potential at second terminal is less than the first terminal. So that's why here indicated plus and minus. Similarly, for R2 also plus and minus. Similarly, for R3 plus and minus. Okay, so you have to assign this plus and minus. Don't think it is plus and it is minus. Plus means higher, minus means lower. The potential at A is greater than the potential at B. Okay, so now you have to apply with the KVL to this circuit. Okay, so here now this Vs is supplying current. So consider from Vs. So consider plus sign for Vs as the current is leaving from plus. While current is leaving from plus, consider it is positive. Coming to the V1, the current is entering with positive. Current is entering with positive, which is opposite to the reference one. Which is opposite to the reference one. So therefore, here for V1, you will get minus sign. Okay, remember that here current is leading from positive at Vs. We have taken positive. With reference to this, at V1, the current is entering with plus. Here leaving with plus, here entering with plus, which is opposite to the reference. That's why take minus V1. Similarly, for R2, also current is entering with positive, which is opposite to the reference. So minus V2, for R3 also minus V2. So from this, we can get Vs is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. V1 plus V2 plus V3. So what are the V1, V2, V3? These are all voltage drops. These three are called voltage drops. Okay, voltage drops. Voltage drops at R1, voltage drop across R2, and voltage drop across R3. So therefore, from the second expression, we can define that the algebraic sum of the EMFs. EMF means electromagnetic forces, nothing but sources or batteries. The algebraic sum of the EMFs, okay, and the potential drop is equal to 0. The potential drop is equal to 0. Or algebraic sum of applied voltages. Algebraic sum of applied voltages must be equals to the algebraic sum of voltage drops. Algebraic sum of the voltage drops. So from the circuit, what is the source? Only Vs. What are the drops? V1, V2, V3. So therefore, the sum of the supplies must be equal to sum of the voltage drops in any closed path. That is very important. So therefore, here Vs is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Then what is V1? What is V2? What is V3? Okay. From Ohm's law, V1 is equal to I into R1, V2 is equal to I into R2, and V3 is equal to I into R3. Okay. So the same current I is flowing through R1, R2, and R3. So therefore, VR1 is equal to I into R1, V2 is equal to I into R2, and V3 is equal to I into R3. Now you substitute these three expressions in this expression, so that we can get Vs is equal to I into R1 plus I into R2 plus I into R3. Okay, if you take I as common, I into R1 plus R2 plus R3, R1 plus R2 plus R3. So therefore, finally, from this we can get I is equal to Vs by R1 plus R2 plus R3, R1 plus R2 plus R3, which is equal to total current. Total current. Where R1 plus R2 plus R3 is equal to RT, which is equal to total resistance. So from this we can write IT is equal to Vs by RT. Where IT is equal to total current flowing to the circuit, where Vs is equal to total voltage supplied to the circuit, and RT is equal to total resistance of the circuit. That means in a circuit, okay, if you want to find the total current flowing to the circuit, we can find IT is equal to Vs by RT. Okay, now. Now, you see this example. The voltage drop across 15 ohm resistance is 30 volts. Determine the value of R. So this is the problem given. Okay, some network is given. In this network, there is only one circuit is there. In this circuit, he asked us to find the value of R. The value of R. Okay, when the voltage drop across 15 ohm is 30 volts. 15 ohm is 30 volts. Okay, so here you have to use this KVL and KCL to find the value of R. Okay. So then how to proceed? So whenever, if you know the value of resistance and voltage across any resistor, you can immediately find current flowing through that. You can immediately find current flowing through that from the Ohm's law. So here we know the voltage across this 15 ohm resistance and its resistance value. From that, I is equal to V by R. I is equal to V by R. Where V is equal to 30 and I is equal to R is equal to 15. So that you can get 2 amps. Okay. Now, so here he asked us to find R. So here it seems to be a closed loop. So if you apply KVL, you can get a relation in terms of this 100 volts, okay, and 15 ohm resistance and 5 ohm resistance and R. Okay. So before going to that, so here there are other terms also there. Some 2 amps is flowing like this and 3 amps is flowing like this. This is moving away from the circuit. Whereas if you come to left side, some 5 amp is coming into the circuit. 5 amp is coming into the circuit. So here, from here, 2 amp is coming. Okay. And here 5 amp is coming and joining these two at this point. Okay. Now suppose you call it as some A. Okay. And you call it as some B. Now you apply KCL at A so that you will come to know what is the current flowing through 5 ohm. What is the current flowing through 5 ohm? Okay, na? So now apply KCL, all of you must note down. Apply KCL at A. Okay. So therefore 5 plus 2 is coming. So therefore from this you can get I5 ohm. I5 ohm is equal to, okay, 5 amp, okay, plus 2 amp. 5 amp plus 2 amp, which is equal to 7 amps. 7 amps. So this is current flowing through this 5 ohm. Current flowing through this 5 ohm. Okay. And here, what is the value of current flowing through R? Current flowing through R. To find that, okay. So here I5 is coming like this, and I2 amp and 3 amp is leaving. 2 amp and 3 amp leaving. Okay. You call it as some. This is 3 amp and 2 amp. Now apply KCL at B. Apply KCL at B. If you apply KCL at B, I5 is incoming. I5, okay, is equal to I5 is incoming. I5 is equal to IR plus 3 plus 2. 3 plus 2. What is I5? I5 is equal to 7 amps. So 7 is equal to IR plus 5. So from this, IR is equal to 7 minus 5. 7 minus 5, which is equal to 2 amp. So therefore, the current flowing through R is equal to 2 amps and current flowing through 5 is equal to 7 amps. 7 amps. Now you apply KVL to this loop. KVL to this loop. Okay, na? KVL to this loop. So if you apply KVL to this loop, okay, the voltage 100 volts, 100, okay, 100 from this. I will give you one step before to this, okay, then you can continue with this. So 100, okay, from 100 the current is leaving, here plus, here minus. From here the current is leaving from positive, take 100 as positive, 100 as positive. And here we know already 30 volts is there, already 30 volts. You need not take VR1, okay, 30 volts. But here current is entering with positive, so therefore minus 30, okay. Again here current is entering with plus. So therefore again you will get minus. So minus 5 into, okay, I5, minus 5 into I5 is 7 amps. Again current is entering with positive here, so that therefore minus R into, what is IR? IR is 2 amps. So is equal to 0. So from this here we can get, okay, 30, already 30 minus 100 minus 30, 70, okay, plus 70 minus 35, from this 2R minus 2R minus plus 35 is equal to 0. Minus 2R plus 35 is equal to 0. From this R is equal to 35 by 2, which is equal to 17.5. 17.5. So in this way, you have to apply the KVL and KCL to solve different types of networks. This is the another kind of problem. What is the potential difference between points X and Y? Potential difference between points X and Y in the figure shown here. See here, for this given problem, he asked us to find the potential between X and Y, which is called VXY. Okay, potential at X is equal to Vx. Treat this as Vx and treat this as Vy. Treat this potential as Vy. Okay. Then if you want to find the difference between 2 points, you must take the difference between the potentials at two ends. So Vx is potential at first end and Vy is the potential at second end. So therefore the difference between these two is Vx minus Vy. Either Vx minus Vy or Vy minus Vx. It's all depends. Okay, na? So you take any one of them, Vx minus Vy or Vy minus Vx. Suppose if it is Xy, take Vx minus Vy. If it is Yx, take Y minus X. So here minus is always be higher or lower. Okay, if it is current, it gives the direction. If it is voltage, it gives the higher or lower. Okay. So therefore here, so whenever if you want to find the potential difference between 2 points, you must know the voltage drop across different elements present between those 2 points. Okay. Okay, na? So therefore here you must identify what are the elements present between Vx and Vy. Okay. from X, there is a 3 ohm resistor, there is a 3 ohm resistor, then 4 volt source, then again 3 ohm resistor, 3 ohm resistor. So here there are two voltage drop elements and one battery present between X and Y, X and Y. So therefore you need to find, if you find the voltage across 3 ohm and this 3 ohm, all are in terms of potentials. So therefore you can find the potential difference, Okay. So for that, find out the voltage drop across 3 ohm and this 3 ohm. To find voltage drop across this 3 ohm and this 3 ohm, you need to find current flowing through these two. Current flowing through this. To have that current, okay. So identify which source is supplying current through different elements. However, see here, this 2 voltage source driving current in this direction, as it is plus and minus. In this circuit, this 4 volts is driving current. Okay. However, we know the voltage of this 4 volts. Then calculate current flowing through this one. Call it as I1. So what is I1? This is a simple series circuit. So IT, we know IT is equal to, or I1 is equal to V1 by RT1 or T1. What is RT1? Total resistance in loop 1. Total resistance in loop 1. What is the total resistance? 2 plus 3. These two are in series. So therefore, what is V? 2 by 2 plus 3. 2 by 2 plus. What is 2 by 2 plus 3? 2 by 5, which is equal to 0.4 amps. 0.4 amps. The similar way, come to loop 2. The loop 2, find the current I2. Again, the same formula. I2 is equal to V2 by RT2. Or what is V2? V2 is 4. 4 by 3 plus 5. 3 plus 5. 8. 4 by 8. 0.5 amp. Okay. So now we know the current flowing through 3 ohm and this 3 ohm, so that we can straight away calculate the voltage across this 3 ohm and this 3 ohm. Okay. So now to find the potential difference between Vx minus Vy, so you just apply KVL, okay, for the path X to Y, So we are assuming that here Vx is at higher potential. Vx minus Vy means Vx minus Vy. Okay, that means suppose assume here. This is it is driving current. Okay, suppose if you see the current in this direction from Vx to Vy, here current is leaving from positive. That's why we have taken Vx as positive. And for 3 ohms, also current leaving from positive. It is similar to the reference. So therefore you have to write 3 into I1. Coming to 4, this current is coming like this and moving like this. Here also current is leaving from positive. So therefore plus 4 volts. It is also reference, similar to reference. So therefore plus 4. This current is flowing into this 3 ohm like this. Here it is entering with plus. That means you will get minus. So minus 3 into I2. What is I2? Current flowing through 3 ohm. Minus 3 I2. Okay. Minus Vy. Maybe. So okay, Vx minus Vy. Then you substitute all the values. Vx is Vx plus 3 into what is I1? 0.4 plus 4 minus 3 into I2. 0.5 minus Vy is equal to 0. So Vx minus Vy is equal to, from this, we will get minus 3.7. 3.7. That is here Vx, okay, minus 0.3 into 4, 12. 12 plus 4, okay, minus 0.15. 15 minus Vy is equal to 0. So this is equal to, I think it is plus. It's plus. Plus 0.12. Okay, 0.15. From this, it is 4.12. 4.12 minus 0.15. Vx minus Vy is equal to minus 4.12 plus 0.5. So the answer is 3.97 minus 4.12 plus 1.5. So minus 3.97. Minus 3.97. Yes, 3.7 is right answer. Okay, na? Vx minus plus 1.2. Yeah, that's right. 1.2 plus 4 plus even that's also wrong, I think so. Plus 1.2 minus 1.7. What is the potential difference between points A and B? A and B. See here, the circuit is given like this. It is similar to your previous one, but he asked us to find the potential difference between points A and B. Points A and B. That is VA minus VB. VA minus VB. VA minus VB. VAB is equal to VA minus VB. Now, what are the elements present between VA and VB? So, whenever you want to find the voltage between 2 points, you must find the voltage drop between those 2 points. It may be a single element or maybe 2 or 3 or 10. If there are 10 elements, you need to find the voltage drop across the 10 elements. 10 elements. So for that here, in between A and B, 2 ohm, 8 volts, 10 ohm and 5 ohm and 5. You need to find the voltage across 2, 10, 5. However, here it is as it's left open, the voltage current flowing through 10 is equal to 0. Current flowing through 10 is equal to, remember that. So only there is some current flowing through 2 ohm because of this 5 volts, and some current is flowing through 5 because of this 2 amps. Okay, na? So, and one more thing you need to remember is, so here there is a 3 ohm resistor. 3 ohm resistor. It was short circuited. It was short circuited. So because of the short circuit, the 3 ohm gets short circuited. 3 ohm gets short circuited. Okay, na? Because suppose see here, if all the electrons supplied by 5 volt source come to this point, and they have to reach this point A, and they need to identify the shortest resistance path. As this is short circuit, the resistance is equal to 0 here. The resistance is 0. So therefore, all the electrons flows through the short circuit rather than 3 ohms. So therefore, you can neglect this 3 ohms, which is short circuit. So therefore, the circuit is redrawn like this. Redrawn like this. Okay, na? Now, as usual, like your previous problem, calculate the current flowing through this 2 ohm and current flowing through 5 ohm. See here the polarities polarity, you have to take the polarities. So here it is plus and it is minus. Okay, so therefore it is at higher potential. You need to mention these polarities, they will not give. These are also very important. Okay, plus minus. You see 2M, it is driving current. So therefore here plus minus. Now you calculate I1. I1 is equal to V1 by R1. V1 by R1 or RT1. What is V1? 5. So 5 by 2, 5 by 2, 2.5 amps. See, coming to second circuit, instead of voltage source, they gave current source directly. They gave current source. So therefore, in a series circuit, remember that in a series circuit, the current flowing through all the elements is same. Okay, if it consists of 2 resistors or 1000 resistors. Okay, if they are in series, the current flowing through all the resistors is same. So therefore, the current flowing through 5 is equal to 2 amp itself. I2 is 2 amp. Now potential difference VAB is equal to VA minus VB. VA minus VB. Now you apply, okay, KVL for the path A to B. A to B. For that, assume VA is greater. VA is greater means it has to supply current. It has to supply current. Okay, so assume this that. Here current for VA, the current is leaving from positive. The current is leaving from positive. We have taken plus VA. Whereas for 2, the current is entering with positive. So therefore, take minus 2 I1. Minus 2 I1. Whereas for battery, the current is leaving from positive. So take plus 8. However, here I10 is equal to 0. You need not consider it. Coming to 5 ohm, the current is again entering with plus, which is opposite to the reference. So therefore, minus 5 I2. Minus 5 I2. Okay, and again current entering with positive. Take minus VB. Which is equal to 0. From this VA, minus 2 into 2.5 plus 8 minus 5 into 2. 5 into 2. So what is VA? VA is there. VA minus VB is equal to 2 into 2.5. 5 minus 5 plus 8 minus 5 plus 8 minus 10. Minus 10. This is plus 5. Not plus 5. Minus 5 plus 8 minus 10. Total is minus 15 plus 8, which is equal to, from this, VA minus VB minus 7 is equal to 0. Minus 7 is equal to 0. So from this, VA minus VB is equal to 7. VA minus VB is equal to 7. Okay, na?